it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today I'm privileged to be here with Damien Leith. How you going, Damien?
I'm doing really good. What a beautiful setting.
I know, a beautiful day, right?
It is. We got very lucky, actually.
Yeah, we had to reschedule a couple of times. The first time was raining.
It was raining and it was chilly.
So there you go. The rescheduling happened for a reason.
It did. It was meant to be. So there you go. We got a beautiful day. There's birds. There's everything out here.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I'm the biggest believer that everything happens for a reason. So
yeah, no, me too. Me too.
Well, welcome to Rave It Up.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show, finally.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Now, before we talk about all your achievements and, your new tour, we'd love to get to know you a little bit better.
All right.
And I think we should start from the beginning because that only makes sense to right.
All right, sounds good to me.
Is it true as a teenager you started a band called Leaf with your sister and brothers?
That is right, Leaf. You know, a lot of people used to call us the Leafs. Our last name's Leith, but people used to get it wrong and call us Leaf. So we thought, well, stuff it. We'll just call ourselves Leaf. And we gigged all over Ireland. We played for ages. It was great. Really good, fun time.
So was music what you always wanted to do as a career?
Yeah, well, music or anything in the arts. Actually, I loved acting. Acting was my first love. I loved acting, and then I sung for the first time when I was 16. Once I sung for the first time, I loved it, and it kind of took over everything else for me. And it took a long time though. From singing to getting my break, with 14 years.
Yeah.
So it was a long road.
That's what I love about the show. It's really positive and all about trying to persuade and show the listeners that it is all possible and that you can follow your dreams.
No, absolutely you can. I mean, that's you got to stick to it. You just got to persevere, hang on in there, find other ways of doing things, and you just never know. Might all work out.
And everyone finds a different way to get into the industry too, I've found.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear
there's no one way.
There is no one way. There's no definite way. There's no little secret
we wish,
trick.
But
it would be amazing.
Yeah.
But no, there's not. It's just
wouldn't be fair then.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's perseverance. I think that's the main thing. Because even if you get in really quickly, you gotta last. You gotta hang on in there, and that's where
Because there's a lot of competition, and
yes,
I like in these interviews, it's like an eye opener to go, wow, it's taking you that long.
It took
to finally get your break.
It took a long time.
It's not an overnight thing, guys.
No. It was a lot of knocking on doors and all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah, and I did find out then later down the track, Leaf got renamed to Re-Leaf.
Well,
why?
Well, you know what? We got an opportunity. We went over to America. A record label jumped on some of the songs that we had and decided they wanted to do a development deal. So we headed over to New York as a family, and it was amazing. Great time. Really incredible time. We thought we were on our way. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. And when we got back to Ireland, we decided, okay, let's just take a break. And we did. We all took a break. We all got back into studies and other things. And then, we got inspired. So we thought, let's call ourselves Relief because we're reformed. And we gigged again for a couple of years, but it was different. We were in a different kind of phase in our life. We'd all graduated, so we had day jobs then at that stage, and but it was still good fun.
What a great thing to do as a family. A bit of a bonding experience.
Oh no, it was brilliant. I mean, the great thing about a family band is generally, they stick together.
You'd hope.
Well, families, can say anything to each other at the best of times. And we were all young, and it was a good time as well. It was our party years, so it was a great time to be in a band, So it was a brilliant experience. Would never change it. And even now, when we all get together, we all still play together.
That's beautiful.
We'll have little sessions at home in Ireland. So yeah, it's a big part of our life.
Are they still back in Ireland?
They're all there. Yeah, they're all there. My young brother, who plays drums, he came out here. He did one tour with me over here as well.
That's fantastic.
Which is
Giving
great.
him opportunities.
Yeah, no, it was great. He did a whole tour and had a great time. Getting around Australia it was fun.
That's fun. And when you did move to Sydney, you were working as a chemist, utilising your Bachelor of Science?
Yeah,
that's definitely different than music.
No, it is. Well, there you go. 14 years of struggling means there's a lot of bills to be paid in the meantime. And,
of course.
Thankfully a day job.
Especially in Sydney.
Yeah, exactly. So the day job is what got me through. So I was, I qualified as a chemist. And I ended up doing chemistry for 10 years. So
wow,
10 years of the day job being that, night job being music and writing and all that other stuff. So but It's good, actually. I apparently there's a great mix between science and music. I never knew that.
Music is the best medicine.
Look at that.
I connected them.
Did you see that? I tell you. Oh, yeah. Bang.
Smart, yeah.
I like it. No, I like it.
We're learning new things about
yes,
you.
No,
it's
that's,
very
that's
interesting.
Right. That's right.
Now, most people obviously know you from Australian Idol back in 2006. So we're throwing it back now, aren't we?
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you overall?
It was amazing. Idol was amazing. It really was. I loved every bit of it. It was nerve-wracking. It was crazy. So much fun. It really was. And exciting.
Good learning experience for you.
Yeah, learning experience. But I think the main thing was, you were suddenly thrust into this crazy new world, and it was exciting. Every week you were looking forward to the next show. Really, you couldn't wait to get on stage, and that was all of us.
Yeah.
But I had no expectations. I really didn't. I actually didn't think I had a chance of winning, to be honest, at all. I just went on it on a whim. A couple of friends convinced me, and I thought, well, why not? And there you go, it all worked out.
And that was the same season as Jessica Malboy, wasn't it? And now look at her.
Jess and I in the final, and that was it. But the weird thing was, because I started singing when I was 16, so I hadn't sung before that. Jess was 16 on Idol.
On Idol, yes. Starting young.
She was 16 on Idol. I was 30. I was like a veteran at that stage, So
it's never too late to chase your dreams.
No, well,
you proved it.
Well, that's the truth, and it's so good because for both of us, it kind of worked out really well. We both got a great opportunity at the right time, which is cool.
It would have been really, and even now, it'd be really cool to see you guys do a duet. That would be awesome.
Well, you never know. You never know. All sorts of crazy things happen. We're still good friends, so you never know.
You still keep in contact with a lot of people from the show?
Yeah, and actually even people who weren't in my year. There's always a kind of affiliation between.
It's like the Australian Idol family.
Well, it is.
Yeah,
it's
community.
We all know what we went through.
Yeah.
So even if bump into Guy or anyone else, there's a kind of a mutual thing there. We've all been there.
Know each other, yeah. I
so.
found that. I've interviewed a few people from Australian Idol, and everybody just knows each other.
It's
like
you bump into each other, and you've got that one major thing in common. So it kind of makes it very
we're all
easy.
in the same industry, and surprisingly, it's quite small.
It's extremely small.
You go to events, and it's like, oh, you're here too.
It's extremely. You can't talk behind anyone's back.
No,
not that you would want to.
I'm glad you said that.
Not that you would ever want to, but you certainly can't, because you have no idea who you're even talking to half the time.
Yeah.
They're best friends of so and so, and yeah.
Everybody knows each other.
That's it.
6 degrees of separation.
That's right.
I don't know if you believe in that, but I do.
I think it's even less now.
Even less, yeah. It's like 3.
It is. I mean, with Facebook,
Yeah, we're all connected.
We're all connected.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, what do you think of Australian Idol not being on anymore? Do you miss it?
I've heard rumours circulating about it sneaking back on.
So, me and my cameraman were just discussing that today.
There are rumours roaming around, and I've only heard. No one's actually said anything to me or anything, but I've just heard that there was talk that it might pop back on. And actually, I have to say, if it did, it would be brilliant, because I still believe it's the best format of all the shows.
Yeah. There's just too many of them now, I think.
There's a lot. I agree. There's a lot. But they have. I think now there's just a voice in there. I think X Factor finished.
Voice and X Factor. Australia's Got Talent is still on, I'm pretty sure, as well.
I don't know.
All around the world. It's giving people opportunities, which is great.
Well, the talent never drops. I mean, no matter, even if the format of the show changes and, you get sick of watching this or that or whatever happened, one thing that the talent is always there. There's loads of talent. So it's good to have the shows for that reason only. I mean, the talent's amazing.
A couple of weeks ago, we went to the media call of the musical Velvet, and Marsha Hines was there. And Angela Bishop was there doing for Channel 10, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was great to see their video package on it and what angle they took. And a lot of it was about Australian Idol and whether it was going to come back. And Marsha's like, never say never. She could probably redo it.
I've heard rumours.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely circulating around. I reckon timing is good. The format of Idol is good because it. Unlike a lot of the other shows brought in all this whole mentoring stuff.
Yes.
Mentoring. So then it became judges having a massive role and profile and all the rest, and the artists not, getting profile but not the same. But Idol was very much about finding new talent and giving them a good profiles, so that people got to know them, and that's what I love about the Idol format, as opposed to the mentoring format.
Yeah,
even mentoring is a good thing. It's a really good
definitely.
thing. But it's just I like the way that Idol just give you an opportunity to be noticed.
Would you ever want to judge on one of those other talent shows?
Oh,
that would be cool. I'd watch that.
I wouldn't mind judging. I don't think I'd be the mean judge. I think I would hate to be mean to anyone really on a
You're all
show.
amazing.
You're lovely. No, but yeah, I mean, I do loads of mentoring and stuff like that. I have a studio not far from my house, and I do a lot of work with young acts, and it's interesting. I just the things that they would say.
Yes.
And then you think of the judges. Judges have to be very careful, because when you meet all these young kids and they're coming in, a lot of them are very new to the industry, and they can get hurt very easy. So,
well, any new acts, I'll bring them your way.
Send them my way. That's it. That's it.
Now you made your mark in the country as a singer and songwriter, obviously, but you're also an author, producer, playwright, and TV host personality. And on top of this, you also have a family. So how do you juggle this all? Your time management must be like impeccable.
No. It's it gets crazy. I mean, like everybody, there's times where we're up to our eyes, and then other times when everything just seems to be flowing beautifully. My wife and my kids, over the years, we found really good ways of making the most of times when there's not a lot of work on, and then times when I'm up to my eyes. So and we just try to not waste time. That's the main thing. I try not to waste time. But have fun as well,
Yeah, and they understand.
No, the kids love it.
The kids have grown up with it.
No, the kids love all that stuff, and they get to go to a lot of things, and
Dad's famous.
Well, no, they never say that. They don't really
behind your back. I don't know.
They don't really care about all that stuff at all, but they do like the little perks. There's little things that happen along the way, and they enjoy that, and they're into music. They love all that.
I was about to say they want to get in the industry when they're older.
I
hope not.
No, you know what? If they decide to get into it, there's nothing I could ever say that would stop them. Because with anything in the arts, when you really want to do it, you'll push it.
Yeah,
ahead,
when you're passionate about it.
Yeah, no one will ever be able to stop you. So, so we've tried to make sure that they're exposed to a lot. There's things there if they want it. Instruments in the house, but we don't force it on the kids at all, and they seem to be kind of picking it up themselves.
It's the best parenting style, I think. Just let them do what they're passionate about.
Yeah, well, I think that is the key.
Those boring jobs are always going to be there. Let them do what they love.
They will always be there. That's right.
Exactly. And over your career, you've won many awards, from APRA Awards, ARIA Awards, and Helpman Awards, to even MTV Australian Video Music Awards. How does that make you feel? Do you have to pinch yourself sometimes?
It feels good.
It's like, yes, I won all these awards.
No, it feels really good. It's although I have to say, this year I won one of my favorite awards of all the years. I won a golden guitar this year, which is a country music award, and I wrote it for songwriting with a country artist called Travis Collins. We wrote a song called Call Me Crazy, and that one means...
I like him. He's awesome. He's a great singer.
Travis is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's absolutely fantastic. He and he's just getting better and better. He's already fantastic. I don't know what he's going to do in the next couple of years, because every single year he just seems to get better and better and better.
Yeah, that's the next interview I want to try to get.
He's fantastic. But so that award, out of all of them, because it's about songwriting, and also because this wasn't a song that I necessarily sung, that means a lot to me, because I love songwriting.
Great.
So that was a cool one.
So where are you storing all these awards? You've got a shiny cabinet to put them all in?
No, they're actually most of them are in the studio, actually. So I've taken most of the kind of music stuff out of the house. They're all down in the studio. So
that's a perfect place to put it, I think.
Well, they're where
you're working. You're seeing them all.
It kind of inspires you to keep on trying to come up with things, and so I think it's good.
It's a great place to put it. And you did recently celebrate your 10th anniversary in the industry.
Yeah,
congratulations.
That's right. Yep.
And you went on a massive national tour and even went out on the road paying homage to Roy Orbison.
Yep, that's right.
Is it true that you've also worked with the late Barbara Orbison?
I did, yeah.
That's incredible.
I recorded a whole album with her, actually, yeah.
Jeez. How was she to work with?
Oh, she was amazing, yeah. Incredible, and what I loved about that was... I didn't want to do an album of Roy Orbison songs and just try and sound like them and just copy them. It's just not really my style. And she didn't want that either. So it was great. We recorded this album that kind of celebrated his music without trying to copy his music, and that's what I toured as well. And that's what I prefer to do music-wise. So she was great. She really wanted to get his music out there, keep it alive, and great experience.
Roy Orbison never dies. That music is just
Roy,
timeless.
Elvis,
it's
the
beautiful.
Beatles, all those artists of that era. All these years later, we're still listening to the music. It still gets played.
Oh, yeah. One of my favourite shows was the Roy Orbison and Everly Brothers tribute show.
That
is incredible. Those guys are so talented.
An amazing selection from both.
Yes.
Great songs. Yeah.
Definitely. It's great. You've been bringing it back.
Yeah, well, that's it.
And for those who don't know, you've also written 2 novels. One More Time in 2007.
Yeah.
And Remember June in 2009.
That's right.
When I found this out, I was like, what can't he do?
You didn't read though.
I was like, what made you?
You might read it and go, oh, well,
I read the little synopsis. I was like, that's interesting. So, what made you want to write novels? Is that always a hidden love of yours?
I love writing. Yeah, I like I said, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an actor, and I used to write plays. So I wrote loads of plays when I was a kid, short, various different lengths. So I always loved writing. And the first book I wrote it before Idol. It was with the publishers actually before I went on Idol. So it was great because Idol came around, and then when the book came out, a lot of people said, "Oh, did you get that?" But it was great. It was already there. It was already in the works. So, and I got a collection of kids stories coming out next year.
Oh my God! Cool.
Yeah, there.
Love it. Exclusive.
A whole collection of children's stories, short stories.
That's really good. I like that.
Yeah. So it's something different, and kids stories are great because you can make them anything,
and you're always gonna have new fans or new kids that grow up. Yeah,
kids love adventure and love crazy things happening in stories, so they're fun to write.
It's fantastic that in the industry you can do all these little projects and they all just connect.
Well, it's all part of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come from the same source or same ideas. So
wow. So for those wanting to write a book, what advice would you give to them?
Writing a book is really about time management. Which sounds really boring, but because I tried for years. But unless you actually, for years and years, I started loads of stories, and I wrote little bits of this and thought, okay, this is a cool story. I'm going to finish this, and never finished it. And this went on and went on, and eventually I had an idea, and I thought, okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dedicate that. Each day I have to do, say, 6,000 words.
That's a lot of words.
No, it is.
Yeah.
But I
got it done.
And I forced myself to do it. And then once you get in the flow of it, 6,000 words actually doesn't seem too bad after a while. Once you're kind of in the flow, before you know it, you're writing 9,000 words in the one day, and you don't even realize it. And it's really about.
Does that mean you've done half of tomorrow's work?
That's it. You can take
cool, just 3,000 tomorrow.
Exactly. Take tomorrow off. You earned it. You
earned it. 9,000 words.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But I mean, that's it. If you do it, you don't need to start at 6,000 words. Start at 1,000.
Yeah.
Increments. Work your way up to it, but write every day. Just write as much as you can, and don't edit as you're going along.
Edit later.
Edit at the end, because some people can't get to the end because they won't stop editing the whole way along, and then the story just never finishes.
Yeah, those perfectionists out there.
Yep.
I am one of them.
Well, a lot of perfectionists then on the flip side go off and win Pulitzers or whatever.
Thank you. I like that.
So it depends on your own personality. So.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you so much for that advice.
Oh, well, there you go. That's right.
Now, in October and November, you will be embarking on a Parting Glass tour all around Australia.
That's right.
Can you tell us more about this?
It's a different sort of show. It's an Irish show.
Yeah, I'm bringing
Irish
roots back.
A bit of Ireland.
Yeah.
It's a play. So I wrote the play about 7 years ago. It's about a father who's in a pub in Ireland, and he stands on stage right at the start. He's holding an empty hand. He says, "Look at my hand, it's empty. I can't decide if I should have one more drink for the road, a parting glass." And then he explains to the audience why this is such a dilemma. And while he's telling the story, it kind of goes between him and the band who are playing all this great Irish music. And it's a fun show. It's funny. It's emotional. We have people laughing and we have people crying in the show. And I play the role of the father and the singer in the band. So it's cool. So I get to do a bit of acting, and a very different show. It's not like anything that
you get to do the acting that you wanted to do.
I get to do acting. See, you know, when you want to do something, what you do is you write it and do it.
You make your own opportunities.
You do. You make it. I wanted to do some acting, so that's why I wrote it.
Well, that's great. And not to be stereotypical, but I'm surprised you're not doing this for like St. Patrick's Day.
No, you know, it's actually more of an Australian story, because actually it's set in Ireland, but the whole story stems around the father's son who went to Australia. So it's more of an Australian story than it is an Irish.
Together.
Yeah, you know, I'm bringing Ireland and Australia. You know, So it's. St. Patrick's, the music would work for St. Patrick's Day, but the story.
You could bring it back next year in March.
That's it, exactly.
Everybody would love that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, exactly.
And I did hear the Parting Glass and Irish Journey made its debut at the Adelaide Cabaret Festival. Is that correct?
That's right. That was
Is that why you wanted to bring it back? It kind of
it's
like, hey, you should do a tour?
Well, no, you know what? It gets a lot of requests. I've done a lot of different shows over the years, but it's the one probably gets requested more than anything else. I think mainly because when people came to see it, they didn't expect. They thought they were coming to an Irish show of just Irish music, and a lot of the audiences, when they sat down and suddenly they're getting the story as well, they got a bit of a surprise. And the feedback I get from a lot of people is that when they went home, they kind of went, "Oh well, you know what? I actually like to see that again." So so that's why we're doing it, and it's a limited run. It's not a massive run or anything. So.
Yeah, and Irish music from real Irishmen, like. Come on, everybody wants to see that.
It's official. It's authentic.
It is.
That's it. It's the real thing.
It's the real thing. And on this tour, you'll be traveling all over Australia. So there's so many places on the list. But where are you most excited to visit?
You know, I love the Lighthouse in Warrnambool. We played there about a year and a half ago, and it was great. Loved it. It was a great show. Really lovely venue. And actually, Mildura is really. They've got a beautiful event centre there, and I had never played there before until about 2 years ago, and loved it. So this it's a cherry pick tour. We've kind of picked places that we've loved or that we've never played this particular show in. So it's specific, this one.
Look at you, just travelling all over.
A lot of long drives, I can tell you. Australia is a big country.
It is, especially when you get to all those regional towns. It's like, I didn't even know this existed.
even when you fly in somewhere, you may still have 6-hour drive straight afterwards, you know, so it's it's far.
Dedication.
It's what you got to do.
But those people in regional towns, I'm sure they really appreciate it. Because it saves them coming to all the big cities.
Well, that's what it's about, you know, that's it, exactly. So.
Yeah, I'll have to come to the show. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Sounds up my alley, yeah.
I recommend, you know, obviously I am going to recommend it.
Yeah,
but,
obviously. Do not come.
But I do recommend it, that's it.
Yeah, okay, well, everyone else, check it out too. Go to your website, I'm guessing, and
all the dates are there,
all the dates
and
are there,
Facebook and all those.
Get some tickets.
Yes, exactly.
And even though you've already achieved so much in your career, Damien, what else can we expect from you in the future? We've obviously got those children books to look forward to.
I've got the children's stories, and I do have something that I'm working on. But I can't tell you what it is. I would love.
Damn it! No.
I would love to tell you, but I can't. But
just come back on the show.
There is something that technological that's
I'm very intrigued.
That's on its way. It's about 80% finished. So
okay, we'll just have to come back on the show then, and we'll chat about it.
That's it. It's something exciting. So
yeah, in the future.
Exactly.
Just look out for it, guys.
Exactly.
He's keeping us on the edge of our seat.
Yes, but that's what
exactly
it's all about.
What it's all about, yeah. And what advice would you give to the listeners who might want to follow their dreams of becoming a singer? Or an author. Where do I stop?
If you're aspiring to become any of these sort of things, it really is. I think you need to learn it as much as you can, because there is loads to learn. Some people think they know everything right at the start, and it's I was the same when I was younger. But it's really good to get advice and find a mentor or find someone that you can actually look up to or can give you advice, and practice by getting out in public. Get as much road testing as possible. Do gigs, do acting, do whatever it is you're doing, but do as much of it. Amateur, whatever, local, anything. The more you get, the better you'll get.
It's great advice. Thank you very much for that. Hopefully the listeners take it on board.
Yes, that's it, exactly.
And we are getting to the end of the interview, unfortunately. It's gone really quickly, hasn't it?
There you go.
It's been a lot of fun.
It has.
I've enjoyed learning new things about you.
Oh, very good.
But as a closing statement, and was probably the most important question, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
My 14-year-old self. You know what? I would tell my 14-year-old self not to stress too much.
You stress a lot.
I was very shy back then. I was very shy, and
Me too.
I worried about a lot of things when I was 14, about everything. And now looking back, I would say just take it easy.
Take a chill pill.
It'll all be fine. You know.
Look at you now. You'll be fine.
I'll be saying, my 80-year-old self will be saying to my 40-year-old self,
to stop stressing.
Stop stressing, jeez, chill out. So nothing really changes.
Yeah, hopefully all the 14-year-olds listening take that on board too. Don't stress. It's all good.
Don't overly stress things. Things will work out.
Yeah, thank you. And before we go, if the listeners would like to contact you or find out what you're up to, where should they go?
Facebook, jump on just Damien Leith on Facebook. If you want to see my little studio, it's just Studio 4 in
Studio 4.
Studio 4 in Sydney. Details are on my Facebook as well. So other than that, websites.
What made you think Studio 4?
You know what? When
Why
when I moved into the building, there was a big 4 on the door. So I know.
Very cliche.
It really wasn't very inventive at all. So it was on the door, and I didn't paint over it. So I just kept it.
It's Studio 4.
It's Studio 4 out of convenience.
Yeah, it's a great story to tell people.
That's it. I know. I wish it was something better.
No, it was funny. Because we thought it was like really grand. It's like there was just a 4 on the door.
No, there was a 4 in the door. So there you go.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today,
My pleasure.
Damien.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It has been a pleasure to have you and learning new things about you.
No, pleasure.
So definitely want to have you on again in the future. It's been a lot of fun. So
cool.
when this new project that you can't tell us about,
the new project arrives, I will reveal all.
And the children's books.
Yeah.
Even I want to check them out.
No, they're excited.
Yeah, I'm a big kid. I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, that's the next major project. So there you go.
So keep in contact. We'll get you back on the show.
We'll
rave it up again.
Yeah, we will rave it up.
For everyone watching, make sure to check Damien out on his Parting Glass tour. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.